It is very common advice and a very strong desire to not care what other people think. Unfortunately, this is impossible. Being concerned with other people's opinions about us, caring what other people think, is hardwired into our neurology from evolution. How about a couple of examples? Let's say you're madly in love and you're about to propose and you're fairly certain they're going to say yes. So you get down on your knee and you make your pitch and they look at you and say, you know what? I've just decided that I hate you. I never want to see you again. In fact, if you try to contact me, I'm going to call the police. You would be devastated. It would be impossible in that situation to say, I don't care what she thinks. Or how about you belong to a social network of people, of friends, of colleagues, of associates, and you do a lot of networking. It's very beneficial to you. But they send you a letter saying, guess what, sir? We don't want you around anymore. We've heard some rumors about you, and we believe these rumors are true. Stay away from us forever. You would be devastated. It would be impossible to say, I don't care what they think. Or how about the flip side? Suppose you have a secret crush, and you've been crushing for a long time, and you've decided to go for broke. So you tell your crush how you feel. You express your feelings. You confess your love to them. And they say, really? I feel the same way. You would be ecstatic. You would very, very, very much care what they think. Or suppose you belong to a hobby group, a club that you go to once a week, and you show up, and much to your surprise, the president stands up and gives a speech about glowing things about you. He talks about you in fantastic terms, and they give you some kind of an award for being the best club member ever, and everybody gives you a standing ovation. That would feel fantastic. You would absolutely care about what those people think about you. So why is this? Why are we hardwired by evolution to care what other people think? Well, back in the days of hunter-gatherers, where all of our instincts were calibrated, it was very, very hard to survive. We lived in a tight group of people that we lived with our entire lives. We were very interdependent. We depended on them. They depended on us. And so to keep this thing fluid, to keep this thing safe, to keep this group tight, everybody cared what everybody thought. That's how you knew if you were doing a good job of taking care of everybody. Because when you did do a good job of taking care of other people, they gave you positive responses. And those positive responses felt really good. And you wanted those good feelings. And that required that you were highly tuned, highly sensitive to what other people thought about you. But here we are in the modern world and it's all messed up because there's so many people and life is so complicated. There's an anthropologist named Robin Dunbar who came up with a very interesting idea that we can keep track of maybe 100, 150 people in our brain. Keep track meaning that when you see them, you recognize their face. You remember everything about them, all like that. And the reason there's 100 and 150 spaces in our brain for other people is because that's the maximum size of tribes of people back in the day. And so our brain is so resource intensive, we wanted to make sure that we didn't waste any brain resources remembering all kinds of extra people. So we're limited to 100 and 150 people. And that's commonly referred to as the Dunbar number. So in your brain, there's a Dunbar number. There's the people in your life that you know, the people in your life that matter to you, the people whose opinions are important to you, the people that you have relationships with. And then there's everybody else. So in the modern world, there's people inside your Dunbar number, and there's people outside your Dunbar number. These people matter. Their opinions matter. These people don't. Now, notice this is very, very similar to our hunger instinct. Way back in the day, there was very limited food available. And so we had a long, through evolution, calibrated sense of taste that said the only food available is very, very delicious and it's healthy. We didn't actually think it was healthy. We just knew we enjoyed eating this. So all we had to do was very much enjoy the food that was available and eat as much as we could, and that kept us alive. But today, there's healthy food and there's junk food. Similarly, back in the day, the only people that existed were the people that were in our Dunbar number and whose opinions mattered the most to us. So all we had to do is care as much as we could about their opinions, and that would lead us to a good life. But today there's people in our Dunbar number and there's people outside of our Dunbar number. Just like there's healthy food and there's not healthy food. And unfortunately, it's not as easy to just disregard these non-Dunbar people as it is to disregard junk food. Junk food will always taste good. It will always take discipline to avoid junk food and eat healthy food. But if you continuously look for more healthy food that tastes good and focus on the healthy food, it will help you to ignore the junk food. Similarly, if you focus only on the people in your Dunbar number and foster these relationships and build these relationships, it will help you to ignore the people that are not in your Dunbar number. The danger is that you truly believe it's possible to not care what other people think, and you organize your life so you really do not care what other people think. But that is only possible if you surround yourself with people that don't matter, which means you're going to be very socially isolated, and it's not ideal. It's a very lonely life. So this takes discipline. Focus on the people in your Dunbar number. See, one of the purposes of your life is to sort through all the people that you meet and pick the ones that deserve to be in your Dunbar number, the people whose opinions matter to you, the people whose relationships you enjoy, and focus on this group. Build this group as big and robustly as you can, and the bigger and more powerful this group is, the easier it will be to ignore all these people. That's the only way to really not care what these people think, is to focus away from them and on the people whose opinions matter. So think about this and let me know what you think in the comments. If you'd like to learn more about how to do this, check out the links below. Thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.